If you haven't been listening to TV Confidential, this is who you're missing.
Michelle Nichols, Adrienne Barbeau,
Leonard Maltin,
Joyce Bullisan,
Peter Onorati,
Judy Norton,
Robert Wagner, Robert Hooks,
Lee Purcell, Julie Bass, Rhonda Shear, Michelle Lee, Jacqueline Smith,
Lou Antonio,
Shirley Jones,
And many, many more of your favorite celebrities and people behind the scenes in the world of television. That's TV Confidential, every week on this station and every day online at televisionconfidential.com.
Become a TV Confidential confidant and receive unlimited access to the last 5 years of TV Confidential, plus other members-only content. To find out more, go to televisionconfidential.com and click Become a Confidant. Enter the coupon code CONFIDENTIAL when you sign up, and you'll receive $5 off your first month's membership. For more information, go to televisionconfidential.com and click Become a Confidant.
You can listen to this show all over again as a podcast on iTunes, Spreaker, TuneIn, Apple Podcast, and wherever podcasts are found. Best of all, it's free. To subscribe to the TV Confidential podcast, go to the homepage at televisionconfidential.com and click Subscribe Now.
One more, Adam. The Innovators Global Summit is a 2-day event coming up in San Francisco that will shed light on the work of physician innovators all over the world who are doing their part to affect change in healthcare. While physicians are considered the scientific leaders in healthcare, they aren't always recognized for their efforts pushing for change and improvement in healthcare. And yet many physician innovators are doing some amazing things related to healthcare in different areas all around the world. The inaugural Innovation MD Global Summit 2020 will be held January 11th and January 12th at UCSF Mission Bay in San Francisco, very close to the waterfront. It will showcase the work of physician innovators and hopefully inspire others to learn and ignite innovation in healthcare. To register for the Innovator Global Summit 2020, go to igs2020.com, 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 igs2020.com.
Alexa users, you can now listen to TV Confidential on your smart speaker by just saying, Alexa, play TV Confidential. Enabling our Alexa skill is easy. To find out how, go to televisionconfidential.com/Alexa. This portion of TV Confidential is brought to us by our friends at Front Porch Realty Group, the community of realtors in the Northern Bay Area of California that is committed to finding the solution that is best for their clients. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking to sell or lease your property in Northern California, call 415-886-7411 or visit frontporchrealtygroup.com for more information on how they can help you.
Hi, this is Robert Glassy. You're listening to TV Confidential.
Ed Robertson along with Greg Ehrbar welcoming you back to TV Confidential Radio Talk Show about television, and is about to play part 2 of our conversation with the Artemis Gordon of film and TV voice actors, Michael Bell. Michael Bell, one of the most enduring voice actors in film and television. Michael has acted in numerous animated shows, animated movies, and video games, including the Transformers, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, the Houndcats, Rugrats, the Smurfs, the Snorks, and far too many others to mention. You can follow Michael on Twitter. Michael's website, michaelbellvoices.com. Greg?
I wanted to mention something that you said at the recent ToonCon, that one of the classic actors that you admired the most was Cary Grant.
Yeah,
and I think that in some ways you modeled the kind of versatility that he had, because you turned so easily from heavy drama and intensity to light comedy and sometimes sing or do whatever. And Cary Grant isn't really given the credit for that he's so incredibly versatile. And also he was such a class act off screen.
Well, I draw the line there. I'm not a class act off screen. But I'm great vocally. Vocally I'm good. I'm pretty good when it comes to vocal baiting. That's okay. Yeah, I thought he was sensational, and I thought he never got the kind of credit he should have gotten, because he made it look so easy. And some people say, well, you make it look so easy, so obviously that's why you're not getting the credit. Although I get credit because I work, not as much now that I've turned 106. I don't get as many calls, but It's no big deal. I'm enjoying whatever. I teach. I've been teaching for 15 years. Not for 15, more than 15, but the 15 years I've been teaching Japanese drama students. They fly in from Osaka and Sapporo and Tokyo to study with me.
Vocal baiting, that's a word I had never heard of, but you tell me if I got it wrong, Michael. Vocal baiting, that's the practice of studying voices.
No, vocal baiting is doing your voice by yourself.
Okay.
Think about it.
Oh, it took me a little while for that. I'm Catholic, so it took me a while.
All us guys, Frank, all us guys, we'd sit there and we would just, by ourselves, we'd sit there and go, okay, whatever, we would just do voices preparing for whatever we were going to do. And I'd say, God, everybody's vocal baiting here.
Okay,
well, everybody else.
All right, okay, now, okay, I got it. Okay, but learning a little bit about you before you called, in your early career as an actor, you worked a lot of odd jobs, from being an usher or Grauman's Chinese to different sort of jobs, and I would imagine you met a lot of different people, a lot of different characters, as you were working odd jobs while you were also learning your craft as an actor. And I would imagine somewhere in the recesses of your mind, from one project or another, you drew on the experience of the various people that you met as you created characters for your various shows.
But that's our job. Yeah, that's exactly what we do. That's our job. When I teach, I say plagiarize, don't shade your eyes. That's why God made your eyes. So plagiarize. So what you do is you literally learn, you watch what other actors, famous actors or people, whatever it is, if they have an interesting speech pattern, or if they have an interesting voice pattern, whatever it is. You take someone like Emmett Walsh from Blood Simple. He's got a back voice, and the way he approaches, he kind of, has a kind of a sweaty countenance, and he reads in a certain way.
That's a very good Emmett Walsh.
And Emmett Walsh, yeah, from Blood Simple.
Yeah.
Okay. And I would use him. I told him I met him. I said, I've used your voice in a couple of animated shows. He said, you never sent me any money. So I said, I get it. I've done Jack Palance. I worked for Jack Palance. I said, I've used his voice as a black hat character in a Western, animated Western. He had that kind of, he always kind of breathed heavy into that mic. And I said, I'm going to use that. That works for me. So, that's what we do. That's most of when I entered the field. The guys that alongside me, there were I think 5 or 6 people doing voices for animation. They were working like crazy when I stepped into it. So they were all doing Peter Lorre and Boris Karloff, or the women were doing Betty Davis or Tallulah Bankhead for characters. I mean, that's what you drew upon, or grandma, grandpa, or whomever.
On the line with us is Michael Bell. Michael Bell, one of the most enduring voice actors in film and TV animation, and an actor whose voice you've heard in numerous video games and animated series, including the Transformers, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, the Houndcats, Rugrats, the Smurfs, and the Snorks. You can follow Michael on Twitter at MichaelBellVO, as well as MichaelBellVoices.com. Disclosure, this is one of those what did you have for breakfast 40 years ago questions. Okay. You did a number of shows for Quinn Martin.
Yeah.
You did a couple of Streets. You did one episode of the FBI.
Right.
William Wyard directed it. Ed Nelson was in the cast. Do you have any recollections of working on that show or working with Ephraim Douglas?
Interestingly enough, I live not far from Ephraim. When I moved into my home here in Encino, he was 3 or 4 houses south of me. So I got to be friends with him again and his wife Stephanie. And of course, I worked with Stephanie in that on-camera thing I did. What the hell is that? Stainless steel.
Remington steel. Stainless steel.
So I did that, and then of course, so I got to know the family pretty well. And every time I call over there, when Ephraim answered the phone, which you would not know by seeing him, because he was so Republican, right wing, conservative, he'd answer the phone. He'd go, "Hello," and I go, okay, who's this? The first time I said, who's this? He said, oh, who do you want? I said, I'm looking for Ephraim and Stephanie. Oh, well, Stephanie's here. And I said, who the hell is this? They went, this is Ephraim. I went, geez, God, that's great. That is really great. I had no idea that he had that sense of humor because he's very stiff. He's that, has upper crust kind of guy. We were doing something. We were in the lot of something. We were running after some criminals. I was running alongside him, and I had the gun in front of me, which was usual when I was playing those guys. Mm-hmm. And the director with him said, "Stop, cut, Mike. What are you doing?" I said, "What you told me to do." He said, "Where's your right hand?" I said, "My right hand's on my weapon." And he said, "Okay, where's your left hand?" I said, It's on my head." And he said, "Why is it on your head, Michael?" I said, "Because my hair is blowing back, and I'm going bald, and I don't want anybody to see that." And he went, "You can't do that. You have to run with one hand down and the other hand out to get your hair." I said, "Would you like a hat?" I said, "No, that's even worse. Have you seen my ears? What would I look like with a hat?" So he said, "All right, never mind." I thought, "Oh, this is crazy." I'm worried now when I'm running and I'm walking and I'm doing, because I started to lose my hair in the front of my head. I went, "Okay, that's great. I gotta get out of this business. I mean, I'm so worried about what I look like, I can't concentrate on the job." So that was sort of like nearing the end of until I did what was it, Chips. That was kind of that was the nail in the coffin for me. I hated doing that show so much. I said, "Okay, I'm going to stick to voiceover." I really love doing cartoons. It's much more fun.
You mentioned William Wyard was the director of that FBI. I think Wyard directed one of the Rockfords you did with Jim Garner.
Yes, we all knew each other. Even when I did Ironsides, when I did Ironsides, I knew the director because he used me in something else, and we were sort of like around. We were handpicked and schlepped around because they knew actors like myself. We were dependable. We could give a performance. We hit the mark, hit our hinge, and everybody could go home on time. I remember being able to play like that because I was working with Raymond Burr, and in one of the things was Roddy McDowell and myself, and I forgot a couple of the other people, and Elaine Giftos, and we were an improv group, and I was the director. So I said, I'm going to play this guy a little light in his loafers. And Raymond said, "Oh, sounds great, fun." So when he wheeled on, and he said, "All right, what's going on with that wonderful voice of his?" He said, "Who is in charge here?" And I ran over and I walked over. I said, "What is going on? Who are you?" And he did his line. I went, "Oh, aren't you cute?" And I sat in his lap. So he went, "What the hell is going on? Is that in the script?" And it was just pandemonium. It was so much fun. It was so great working with someone like that. It was so much fun.
Especially when you're working on television where you got to shoot these things very, very quickly. I would imagine both, as an actor, when you have a chance to work with either an actor again or a director such as Wyard again, who he knows what you can do, you know what his style is. There's a lot of shorthand. You can just concentrate on the work, whether it's a one-day scene or whether you're there for the entire week.
And now there are limits, and doing Streets of San Francisco, I had to die. I think it was Carl Malden and Michael Douglas at that point, and I had to die. I was a guest star, or whatever, and I get killed, and I die and lie down, and all of a sudden I forgot the director's name, something Gold, and he says, "Cut, Mike. You can't die with your eyes open." I said, "What? You can't die with your eyes open. It's a network. You can't die with your eyes open. Your eyes have to be closed." "What is that?" He said, "Yes." And here, this scene was good, and I thought, "Oh wow, I'm not allowed to die with my eyes open. Nowadays, you can die with your fly open."
That seems odd. Dead is dead. What difference does it make if your eyes are open or eyes are shut?
It was a network policy.
Yeah.
The actor can't have his eyes open when he dies, and you had to be very careful. And there were so many rules and regulations. It was crazy.
Of course, you mentioned you did a lot of Quinn Martin shows during that time because Martin had so many different shows on. If you got on his radar or his casting people's radar, that means that if you did a Street, you would also be asked to do a Barnaby Jones or a Cannon or whatever other shows he had on, which is good for you because it's work.
Sure. grade, I did Canon. Yeah, obviously. I wound up doing it. In fact, in Canon, I did it in a prison. I was in a prison, as I recall. I think that's what it was. And they said, okay, Mike, you're going up on the second floor, which is where the prisoners were. All these guys were behind bars. I mean, they were like 20 guys behind one great big camp thing right behind bars. And they said, and we'll call you down. As soon as just count to 3, you'll hear something, and then come on down and enter the scene. I said, okay. And I'm in a prison outfit. So I walk up the stairs, and these guys going, hey, man, you got any cigarettes? Hey, man, what are you, an actor? Hey, man, what are you doing? It's really creepy. And I'm standing there and waiting for my cue, and I'm waiting. I don't get my cue. So I try to sneak down the stairs very fast because I don't want to break into the scene, and nobody's there. It's empty. They've all gone to lunch. Ooh. I'm now in the prison, in my prison outfit. Just me.
Wow.
And the guard comes over. He says, hey, what the hell are you doing here? I said, well, I'm an actor. Oh, yes? So am I. Come on. And he's going to put me behind bars.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So I said, whoa, hang on. And I yelled, hey, what the hell? And then suddenly the AD comes and says, oh, I'm sorry, Mike. Yeah, he's one of us. He's one of our guys. I said, yeah, I'm one of their guys. Jesus, I almost got raped. What are you, crazy? I mean, that's how quick they were moving. That's how fast they were going. You had to watch yourself. And that was, I should have got raped. I could have sued them. I could have been a star.
One more question vis-a-vis Rockford, then I'll throw it back to Greg. We mentioned acting is reacting. James Garner was one of the best reactors in the business. Do you got any memories of working with Garner?
I don't. I don't have any memories of working with him. I have memories of working with Mike Connors. Mm-hmm. From
Mannix.
That I have a memory. I remember working with him. I remember working with James Garner, but I think he was somewhat distant. He was not, he didn't really warm up to the guest stars, but at least to me. But he certainly did, certainly Mike did. And I know Mike and I had a very big, heavy scene. He had a lot of dialogue. I had a lot of dialogue. And he started his dialogue, and he got halfway through. He said, why am I doing all this dialogue? I'm the star of the show. Give it to him. He walked away. And I went, and they gave me the script. And I said, I haven't learned this. I don't know any of this. He said, well, you can do it. That's okay. Just don't worry about it. I said, don't worry about it. And I had to learn it very, very fast because it was the next shot.
And that probably meant a couple of more days of you being on the set, which ultimately meant a bigger paycheck at the end.
Actually, what it meant was Agita. It gave. I think I started taking Prevacid.
On the line with us is Michael Bell. Michael Bell, one of the most enduring voice actors in film and TV animation. And you can follow Michael on Twitter at Michael Bell VO, as well as MichaelBellVoices.com. Greg?
Well, I just want to dazzle you with more obscure. Another thing that we discussed on the show extensively was the Snorks, on which you played All-Star. And that ran a long time. A lot of people don't realize how successful that was as a series because it was overshadowed by the Smurfs.
When they showed it to us, they showed us the picture. I said, everybody was going, oh, look how cute. Look at the Snorks. It looks so cute. And I looked and I said, guys, it really looks like a condom. And I was sure I was going to get kicked off the show.
But didn't All-Star made a guest appearance on Family Guy, was it?
Yeah, I did. I think All-Star did, and I thought Zan did. I thought Zan made an appearance on Family Guy. It's sort of vague in my mind. I just know I was there and I had to do it. But I don't remember if it was All-Star or Zan made a guest appearance on Family Guy. Can't recall. But I do know that I had something to do with Frank at one point where we had to, even though we talked normally, there was one point where we had to talk underwater. And I was having difficulty with it. I kept drinking a glass of water and just kept trying to talk everybody up, and I'm choking. And I thought, Jesus, what the hell's wrong? I'm going to lose this because I really thought I could do this. At which point, Gordon Hunt, who's our director, rest his soul, said, Frank, you have to do your character, so why don't you do your character first and walk underwater, and Mike will get the idea. And so Frank puts his fingers between his lip And he goes, "Oh, what are we doing now? Gee, we're in trouble." And I went, "Oh, that's great, Frank. Why didn't you show me how to do that?" And he said, "Because I was having so much fun watching you drown."
When you did Devlin, you were paired again with Mickey Dolenz. Was there a warm-hearted reunion scene between the two of you after the Monkeys?
Didn't say a word. He wouldn't have known who I was if he had run over me on his tricycle. He didn't have a clue. Not a clue who I was. I wasn't going to mention it. I wasn't going to get into it. We're doing a show, and I want to say, "Hey, you schmuck." But I was...
That was a good show. Devlin was good.
Yeah.
We reviewed that too.
Yeah, Devlin was good. I like one of my faves, although it's not my favorite, but one of my faves because I got a chance to work again with Mel Blanc was Speed Buggy. That was again.
Oh yeah.
You met you met Mel very, very early in your career when you were just starting as a voice artist, correct?
Absolutely, and I met him through the girl I was dating at the time, which was Joni Gerber, who was the story lady and also Wait Till the Kids Come Home, and she was one of the regulars on Puffin Stuff.
Yeah.
And,
she's Judy the Frog.
You must meet Mel, and you've got to meet Noel. And since that time, I've become good friends with Noel. And they put me in the room, and I sat there with Mel Blanc, the Mel Blanc, and I mean, wow, that was extraordinary. And then he said, "Mike, you want to go in there and try this with Dad?" And I went, "Try what?" And he said, "You'll be the young, because you're a young guy, and you're just the young guy. You're going here to buy some rugs, and Dad, you're going to play an East Indian, and you're selling him the rugs." And it was for some commercial or something, maybe animated. I forgot what it was. And which when I went in the booth, and Mel does his thing, and I say, "Well, sir, this is a great-looking rug. Can I blah blah, etc." And then Mel does his thing, and then Noel says, "Dad, that's not an East Indian. That's an American Indian." And he goes, "Oh, okay." And he starts again. He says, "No, Dad, that's still not it." And he goes, "No, Dad, Mike, can you do East Indian?" And I went, "Yeah." And I looked at Mel, and I said, "Is that okay?" And he said, "Go, Wojciech, go do it." And I said, "Okay." So I did my East Indian, and he played the other role. And I thought, one of my first gigs, I beat out Mel Blanc.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, that was a guess. I have worked on several occasions, tried with my union to get him posthumously, obviously, a SAG award, Screen Actors Guild Award. And it was uphill. We don't give posthumous awards. Well, you should. You should for Mel Blanc. You absolutely should. I mean,
yes.
He's an original.
Yeah.
Just a voice person. He's a wonderful actor, a marvelous actor, could sing, could do all of that stuff. You know, what are you guys thinking? Give him an award. He deserves an award. Give it to his son. His son would love it. It'd be a wonderful gift.
He deserves a stamp, too. There was some discussion of that.
He does deserve a stamp. It should be his face, not Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird or Sylvester, Pepe Le Pew. He deserves his face on the stamp. He really does.
Right, because he was the consummate actor. He was a consummate actor because voice acting is acting.
Absolutely. He was a wonderful actor. Absolutely wonderful actor and wonderful to work with. He was a real treat. He was very funny. I looked at his license plate one day and I said, "What is KMIT? Is that a radio station that you started or something?" He says, "No." I said, "That's on your license plate." He said, "No, that means Kashmir and Tuchus."
Michael Bell will be back in a few weeks to talk some more about his career behind the microphone and in front of the camera. We will ask him about working with Patrick Duffy on Dallas and Patrick Stewart on Star Trek The Next Generation. We will also talk about the parquet tub commercials that Michael did back in the 70s, as well as the invention that Michael and Melanie Chartoff tried to get off the ground around the time they were doing Rugrats. All that and more coming up in a few weeks on TV Confidential. You can follow Michael Bell on Twitter at MichaelBellVO, as well as his website, michaelbellvoices.com. We'll take a quick time out, then Jared Hewitt, the voice of the Disney Channel, will join us next on TV Confidential.
Buying or selling a home can be one of the most stressful things we'll ever do in life, but it doesn't have to be. And no one knows better than our friends at Front Porch Realty Group. They're a community of realtors serving the Northern Bay Area of California that cares about their clients as individuals first and foremost. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to lease or sell your property in the Bay Area, Front Porch Realty Group will help you through this important transition by providing you with the right information for your situation while lessening the pain. They also work with a network of realtors throughout California who provide the same high caliber of customer service. Call Front Porch Realty Group at 415-886-7411 for a realtor referral near you. You can also visit their website, frontporchrealtygroup.com, for more information on the services they provide, including upcoming workshops and seminars. For more information, call 415-886-7411 or visit frontporchrealtygroup.com. Front Porch Realty Group. They'll find the solution that works best for you.
Want a free first ride with Uber? Uber, the mobile app that connects you with a ride at the touch of a button in minutes. Enter promo code TV Confidential after you download the app to receive your first free ride up to $20. For more information, go to get.uber.com/go/TV Confidential.
Hey there, this is Wink Martindale, and you're listening to TV Confidential.
Attention sports fans, now you can watch every football game you want all season long without leaving your home with Dish for about $50 a month. Compared to your cable bill, you can save almost $600 a year. Call right now and sign up for Dish and watch every football game you want. With Dish, there are no boxes to pay, plus get free installation as soon as tomorrow if you call now. And with Dish Anywhere, you can watch your favorite sports and channels on your smartphone, tablet, or laptop. Be one of the first 100 orders right now and get a free voice remote. Don't miss a single football game all year long and save a ton of money. Get a free voice remote and free installation as soon as tomorrow. But you gotta call All American Dish right now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Miss the show? We have more than 500 hours of archived editions of TV Confidential available on demand as digital downloads. For more information, go to shop.tvconfidential.net.
This portion of TV Confidential is sponsored by The Misadventures of Biffle and Schuster, the hilarious side-splitting new DVD available through Kino Lorber.